Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Tonight from the Deschutes Brewing Company, we have their Red Chair IPA. This is a seasonal brew, if you look it up on their website, available January through April. We're doing this review kind of a little bit late upload. Got it in May of 2018. I have never had a drop of this beer before. It's a citrus punch with a bold hop aroma and a clean finish. ABVs are 6.2%, IBUs are 60. It's supposed to have a kind of a select of European and domestic malts that round out the edges, hence the ski term, for a complex copper-colored brew. Like its namesake ski lift, it's an insider's ride to fresh thrills. It's got Cascade and Centennial hops, which are pretty normal. What it does have for a red IPA are 5 different malts. It's got Pale Crystal Munich, Caparillus, and Pilsner malts. So I don't really know what to expect let me rephrase this. So before I even open it, I always think about when they start talking about all these malts and a lot of the European malts, it kind of has that German type background to it with the malt flavor. We will see. Deschutes has been a very widely broad and distributed beer on the East Coast where I live. They've done a really good job, and a lot of their beers are pretty delicious. So I do love the label. I know it's hard to see, but it's got this red, very old school lift chair with a growler next to it with 2 red beers in it. Apologize for the glass, but this is what we're working with tonight. The only one of these I have. I don't have any idea what a 6-pack would cost. I know it's available in different ways. Nice dark, kind of crimson colored, a little bit of orange on the background, perfectly filtered. Not much head at all. I mean, it's pretty much almost gone after a few seconds. Let me see if I can figure it. Yeah, so it says Best Buy, and I'm looking at within 2 weeks actually. So yeah, this beer is on the older side, which is probably why we have very little head on it. Aroma's okay. It's got a little bit of like orange, a little bit of hops, kind of that breadiness with the malt. It's got that a little bit of caramel. It's kind of a boring aroma actually. Might be because of the age. I don't really. I mean what was it? I already forgot now. Cascade and Centennial hops. Maybe I can smell Centennial hops, but definitely not overpowering. A lot of red IPAs are that way though because of what I just told you. There's tons of malts thrown in there, and a lot of times they really suppress the hop aroma. But let's, as we always say, cheers. Get into the glass and see what we have. That's good. It's way better than what it smells like. It's got kind of this, how would I describe this? It's almost like it's a malt, front-forward red IPA. It's hard to describe. It's a little bit peppery. It's not fruity at all. It's got a little bit of this kind of like dark bread, a little bit of like almost plum, raisin, but it's not to the point where you can pinpoint the fruit. It's got a little bit of this, and it should, hence the malt, this kind of German-esque, lager-ish beginning, and then it finishes real dry, very smooth finish, with this, this is a tough one for me. It's Cascade hops at the end, actually, that I taste. A little bit of that, a little pininess, a little earthiness, a little bit of that graininess. It's an interesting beer. It's very different. This is the type of beer. One more try. It's interesting. This is the type of beer that I could see coming off the slopes, hence what they're looking for, and you're exhausted and you don't want a refreshing lager or a refreshing, really cold IPA. You're like, I want something a little bit more, but I don't want to go porter. I don't want to go stout. This is a nice little medium, and it's got a really unique flavor that, honestly, this is one of the hardest reviews I've done in a while. The flavor it's so different, I think, because there's so many malts in there that it kind of confuses your palate a little bit. This is one of those beers where I would absolutely enjoy one of these, you know, a long day on the slopes. This is kind of where I get why it's January through April. It kind of has that warm-ish, healthy feel, colder weather. I would absolutely get one of these on draft, enjoy it, you know, while I'm ordering my food, looking at the menu. It's very different. We'd rate our beer between 1 and 5. This is a really long review, I realize that. I would probably give this a 2.5. And for that reason is I wouldn't buy this again in a bottle. I would not be disappointed, though, if I had it in a restaurant. It's not for everybody. And again, in all fairness, I got this on the tail end of it being a little bit old, so I think it's a little bit flat. But it's just got this weird kind of balance to it, or lack thereof, that I can't quite pinpoint, but it's not a bad beer at all. So let us know if you've tried it. Please leave comments on our YouTube channel or our website, microbeerreviews.com. The Red Chair from Deschutes Brewing Company. We do upload all the time. We appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.